Nothing for nothing, trust in JC, but I'm a Christian myself, but you just contradict yourself completely. You say that you're supposed to love your enemy, but yet you're going to go and pray to God first as to whether or not you should give money to help him. Number one, if you are saved for works. And if you don't think that, then your ideology, number one, is unbiblical. Number two, faith without works is dead. So if you were saved for works, and basically, I think, Jesus said it plainly that, you're supposed to love your neighbor as yourself. Exactly how are you supposed to show love to your neighbor? Um, Clearly, you obviously have to use some kind of works in order to prove that you love your neighbor, because words alone hold no grounds. Anybody could put on a fake facade and say things that are not true and try to make it sound like they're all, nicey nice when they're not. So that's kind of, besides the point, but, or actually wouldn't be besides the point, it would be the point, because words really don't mean as much as actions prove. Um, and quite frankly, um, if you really think that, somebody that needs help like Tommy from the Bronx is, doing something like that is not according to God's will, or anything like that. Obviously, there's some kind of misunderstanding of, how you think God's love should be displayed. I really don't understand how you think that works, because you know from what I read in First John chapter 4 verses 7 through 10, it says this: let us love one another, for love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. Carrying on to verses 8 through 10, whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. This is how God showed his love among us. He sent his one and only Son unto the world, that we might live through him. This is love. Not that we loved God, but that he loved us and sent his Son as atoning sacrifice for our sins. So, obviously, you know, if the love of God is in you, would you not show the same exact love that he showed us to others, whether they be atheist or not? But then again, let's think and ponder here that hmm that would actually, that would actually require living according to the Bible. But for some odd reason, so many Christians they just don't have the ideology that is actually biblical. They rather follow strict doctrinal taught beliefs that aren't even remotely biblical in most standpoints. So, but it it just baffled me, the fact that you would make a video saying that you should go pray first before giving money to Tommy from the Bronx. Because you know what? I mean, I don't know Tommy personally, but in my opinion, if Tommy from the Bronx saw a lot of Christians donate a lot of money, to help him, who's to say that that would have not, shown him, that, oh, well, maybe just maybe there's something about these Christians that is different from everybody else, or you know, maybe this whole God thing actually makes sense, or maybe this whole Jesus Christ person actually makes sense, and he really does change people, and it does have an effect on people's lives and their way of acting towards others and everything. You know? I mean, seriously, you just gave Christians instantly a bad name, not just because of the fact that you know, I mean, it's bad enough the other garbage that went on with. I'm not even going to bring it up, but we all know what certain character was giving Christians a bad name big time on YouTube. I'm sure that alone doesn't even need the name being mentioned. I'm sure that should instantly ring a bell in some people's heads as to who it is. But I mean, in all honesty, if you could actually for once display what you actually believe or you claim that you believe, it would probably be a miracle. Because just the fact that you have to go pray first and see if it's according to God's will. I mean, seriously, what kind of question is that to God? Is it your will to show the very love that you showed us? Is it your will that we should show this kind of love to others? I mean, seriously, what kind of prayer is that? Seriously? Let's get real. I mean, seriously. Realistic. Anyway. I'm sure you're probably not going to listen to the words of a 22-year-old, but at least I make a little bit more sense than you did in your own video. I'm sure at least some people would probably agree with me along those lines, or at least they might agree with some of the points that I made. So, on that note, I am done with this video, and you can take it for as it is. Peace.